Hello, Guitar One students. So, last week we did the Spanish song on page E, and today we're going to work on 3 new strings and 1 new rhythm. So, go ahead and turn to page 81 where it says the open bass strings on page 81. We're going to be talking about just those 3 lowest strings, and we're not going to worry about any frets, we're not going to worry about any of that, we're just going to be playing them open. Okay? But it's important that you're able to recognize those strings and be able to say, oh, that note is on that ledger line or that space, and that means it's this string. So, looking at the top of page 81, we have the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings. So, the 4th string, right there, again, it's open, but it's the 4th string, and that is D. The D that is on the space below the staff, the space right below the staff, is D. The open 4th string. Okay. The 5th string is A. Alright. And that note is 2 ledger lines down on the staff. Okay. So you see the regular ledger line right below where D is, and then there's another ledger line under that, and that is A. Alrighty. And then finally our low, low E. Okay? And that note is below the 3rd ledger line below the staff. So that's how low you gotta go to find that low E. You gotta go down 3 ledger lines and then go down the space below it to find E. Okay? So we have D, A, and E. Okay. Now, this brings us to one of the songs for this week, and that is Harvest on page 81. Now, the thing about this song is, in order for this to be the song that you choose, you need to play both the solo line and accompaniment line. Now, make sure you understand that correctly. Look at the music. The solo line, you have those two staffs that are put together. The solo line is the one on the top of each time. So if you're going through it, you've got those 4 measures on the top half, and then the 4 measures on the bottom half. But each time, the solo line is the one on top. So if you're going to play when you're playing the solo line, you're playing the A, G, F, F, E, D, C, B, C, C. And then you keep going from there, measure 5. You go A, G, F, D, B, C, D, B, A. So, you have to be able to play that line, which uses some of the notes that you used in Spanish song last week. Use that A, the high A and that high G. Okay? So you have to be able to play that, but you also have to be able to play the accompaniment line as well, which the accompaniment line just uses the open bass strings, those lowest 3 strings. Now, it's pretty easy. The hard part, if you're going to do Harvest, is being able to play the solo line. But if you do the accompaniment, when you do the accompaniment line as well, you're doing the D, the A, and the E. So the first note on the accompaniment line on Harvest, that there is an A. So you're going to be doing the 5th string, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go up to the D, 1, 2, 3, 4, then down to that low, low E, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back up to the A, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to stay there when you get to measure 5, stay there for 1 measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to D, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to E, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to A, 1, 2, 3, off. Okay? That is how you play Harvest for the accompaniment line. Okay, go and do that one more time just so you hear it nice and clear all by itself. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, off. Okay, that is the accompaniment line for Harvest. So you have to be able to play both the accompaniment line and the solo line. The solo line uses that high A and the G. Okay. Now, you can see what fingers you should use for the solo line on the paper. So you're in second position. So you're going to have your ring finger on that A up here on the 5th fret. Okay. So you're going to say the fourth, your ring finger. You go 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to jump down to the G, which means you're going to use your middle finger on the G, and then use your pointer finger on the F. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, and then you're going to continue on from there using the notes you've already learned, your E, D, C, B, C, C. Okay, E, D, C, B, C, C, and then you're going to repeat it on, you're going to go to measure 5, and it's going to sound a lot the same here, okay? Yeah, sorry, I muted that. Let me try that again. And then you go down to the D instead of staying on the C, okay? Then down to the B, B, C, D, B, A, okay? Alright, so that is the solo line for Harvest. If you choose to do Harvest this week, I'll say it one more time, you must play the solo line and then the accompaniment line. You have to play them both, okay? Just to show that you are putting this knowledge to good use. You may not do Harvest and just do the solo line or just do the accompaniment line. That is not going to be accepted. You have to do both, okay? Alright, moving on from there. Your other choice is going to use eighth notes. Now, eighth notes just mean when you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So eighth notes are just twice the speed. 2 beats per measure. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. 2 notes per beat. There we go. 2 notes per beat. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's all eighth notes are. Just going twice as fast. Now you're going to use eighth notes if you do the other choice for this week, which is Ode to Joy on page 83. Not Celebrate, not Celebrate. Ode to Joy on page 83, okay? So, you know the song Ode to Joy, even if you don't realize you know the song. Let me go ahead and play the opening for you, and you're going to say, oh, I know that song. You know this song. You do. Okay? So if you choose to do this, you have to play the whole song through, and you're just doing the solo line. You are not required to touch the accompaniment line for Ode to Joy. Not at all, because they've added some notes that you haven't gone over yet. Okay? Now, the trick with Ode to Joy, though, is going to be on the 3rd line, starting at measure 9, where you have the 8th notes going on. Okay? So, if you're doing that, you're going D, D, E, C, D, and then you're going to have the 8th notes. E, F, E, C, D, E, F, E, D, C, D. You're going to jump down to that G, the open 3rd string, and then jump up to the G. Sorry, you're not going to jump up to G, you're going to jump up to E. Sorry, my bad. I apologize, I read that wrong. Okay, so let me go ahead and play measure 9 again just so we're clear on all that. So I made that mistake. Alright, so aside from that little mistake there, Ode to Joy is your other choice for this week. So if you do Ode to Joy, you will see that it's all notes we've already gone over in the class, but it's being able to play a long song, being able to play it in rhythm with those 8th notes, okay? Keeping it nice and steady. That's what I'm looking for Ode to Joy if you choose that song. Okay, now, even if you choose Ode to Joy, I do want you to make sure that you're practicing those open bass strings, so you're looking at them and saying, I recognize that note. Alrighty? and then we will move on from there in the coming weeks. Please make sure that you are working on your benchmark, ladies and gentlemen. It is due not this week, but next week. So please make sure that you get that done. Okay, spend some time on it this week. Thanks. If you have any questions, don't forget that this Thursday is another Google Meet from 9:30 to 11:30 if you'd like to come join us. I'm there to answer any questions you have or just to talk and hang out and see how you're doing. Alrighty guys, thanks.